you're new, or we're so happy to have you. If you've just clicked on this video for the first time, we've been traveling standby for, gosh, 22 years almost, probably 22 years. And we've been traveling with kids this whole time, and we picked up a few tricks and tips along the way that we want to share with you today. But before we get into this video, we want to make sure that you like and subscribe down below. It really helps our channel. And so let's get into the video now. So we're going to talk about traveling with kids. And it's a little difficult traveling with kids sometimes, wouldn't you say?
We definitely had some bad experiences, yes.
We've had some good experiences too. But here's kind of what we've learned, especially with traveling standby, because whenever you travel standby, you always have, you can only bring carry-on. I mean, you can check bags, but it's a big risk if you check a bag. And so we have just traveled many years, just our little standby roller bag and that being it. So about first age 0 to 3 and what that's like. I would say the first thing is to bring your car seat, because renting one can be expensive.
Well, then you have your own equipment, and it seemed to work better for us by putting the kids in the car seat. I'll just be honest, because then they can't run around the airplane. So you have the opportunity to, well, they have to be strapped in, just like an adult should have their seatbelt on. So yeah, that seemed to work best for us.
And I would say iPads, but back when we traveled with 0 to 3, we didn't have iPads or phones. And so we just packed books, and I would usually take toys that they haven't seen before, or I would pick up a couple of new toys at the Dollar Tree or new books and pack those, and then just take one out at a time, because they lose interest very quickly. And if it's something new.
One of the other things that we did was we purchased an umbrella stroller. So instead of bringing like the gigantic, 5-in-1 type stroller on your trip,
like my sister does sometimes.
We just brought a simple umbrella stroller, and then if it got damaged, on the airplane or whatever, you didn't have much invested into it, you could purchase a new one. But it was just easier to pull along, and didn't feel like you're on this military exercise if you had this gigantic stroller to drag along. So.
Well, sometimes the gigantic stroller has those big wheels, and so if you have a compact car, it wouldn't fit with all your luggage, and so you'd have all this stuff. So the umbrella stroller was really great. And then one thing that I think is a good tip, a lot of times people think they need to pack all the diapers, all the formula, all the stuff. When you're flying standby, you just don't have room for that. So we just pack enough to get us through the first day. So I estimate the number of diapers, and would estimate the number of, how much formula and how much food. And then if you're there for a long period of time, you just go to Walmart when you get there, and then you buy it. And so that helps save space, and you have to probably go pick up supplies anyways. So
yeah, agreed.
As the kids get older, we started having our kids carry their own bags early on. And so we bought this little tiny suitcase. So even when they were 3 or 4, they were able to roll that, and they put all their toys and all their supplies in there. And I think that's good, because then the girls have grown up always carrying their own.
Yeah, it gives them a task or a sense of responsibility, and also then they can't bring any more toys or things that don't fit in that bag. So that was always our rule. So instead of them trying to tow their entire toy box along, you can only bring whatever is fits within your.
I would also say, when you're going through security, it's always challenging with kids. So make sure that you have everything in a space that's easy, so you're not in there digging. Have shoes that are easy to slip on and off. Make sure all your electronics and snacks and liquids are all just in places that aren't like stored in hard to reach places. Child has a stuffed animal, have a place for it, because the last place you want to leave it is on the plane, which we have done before. We have left important stuffed animals on the plane, and we have had to go back. We have left important stuffed animals in hotel rooms. So maybe have a substitute, so you don't bring the one. Have a backup bear, have a backup stuffed animal. But if you have to bring the one that's really important, just make sure you do a double check.
It's definitely happened to us.
Many times. All right, age 7 to 10. If you have multiple kids, have the older kids take care of the younger kids. It teaches great responsibility for them and helping to care for their younger brothers or sisters. These packing cubes.
Yeah, you guys love them. I've used them. They seem to be efficient. But yeah, the kids use them, and it makes it really easy to just take the packing cube, throw it into the dresser when you get to your hotel or your Airbnb, and once again, it gives them something for them to pack, and it prevents from really overpacking.
We're gonna link down below the link for the packing cubes that we use, but they're so good. And like, there's one for shoes, so you can put a pair of shoes in there so the dirty soles of the shoe doesn't get on all your clothes. When I'm leaving, I'll do one that has all the dirty clothes, and then one that has my overpacking of clean clothes that I bring back, because I always pack extra. Love the packing cubes, and the kids, it makes packing fun for them, and so they can pack their own packing cubes. But last but not least, things are going to go wrong when you travel. Kids are going to scream, kids are going to freak out, kids are going to be tired and hungry and crabby. They're going to fight. You're going to be late for the gate. You are going to be stuck in a long line of security.
Yeah, so plan for the unexpected, but try not to get stressed about it, because the reason that you're going on vacation is to, get away from stress, right? So,
and at the end of the day, you're traveling to make memories and have fun. And that's the most important thing. So don't sweat the small stuff, which he sometimes does. You do.
I agree. I do.
He
sometimes.
does. He does. He gets a little frustrated.
I'm very organized.
And I'm not. And so that creates a little conflict. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Check back for some of our other videos coming up, and stay tuned for what we're going to do next on Standby Life.